Ladies and gentlemen, hurry, 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 step right up. Be amazed, be astounded, be very, very afraid. Come with me now as I take you through this circus of horrors, for I am the Ringmaster. And now, ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the center ring. There you will behold a sight so shocking you won't be able to turn away. See, ladies and gentlemen, see this diabolical interdimensional entity who calls himself the Wishmaster. This film came out in the fall of 1997 and was produced by the recently deceased Wes Craven. It features Robert Englund as art collector. It features Robert Englund as art collector Ray Beaumont. The main stars of the movie, however, are the title character, also known as Nathaniel Demarest, played by Andrew Divoff, and the heroine, a gemologist named Alex or Alexandra, who is played by Tammy Lauren, who unwittingly frees him when she rubs his gem of captivity while polishing it. Now, in a twist on the standard myth of the jinn, or genie, appearing only to the possessor of their prison, Demarest appears to several persons, granting each a wish. These wishes are then twisted with terrifying results. The purpose of these wishes is to power up the gem in preparation for the finder's 3 wishes, which are the key to unlocking the jinn race from their otherworldly prison to unleash torment upon the world. One of the most important, let's discuss the acting. One of the most important parts of any show are the performers. And in Wishmaster, what might have been a dazzling show turns into a sudden crash rescued only by its safety net of special effects. It's so rushed that we don't care about the wish's fate. We just want to see what nasty effects the crews have come up with. And crews is exactly what I mean. This movie had almost as many effects crews as that old 80s George Lucas film had the actors in that duck suit. No, the other duck suit. That's better. Anyhow, Robert Englund as Ray Beaumont falls a bit short of the trapeze, though in his even Robert, but right, okay. Boom, boom. Anyhow, even Robert Englund as Robert I'm making as much mistakes as John Delancey on a Star Trek set. Anyhow, even Robert Englund as Ray Beaumont falls a bit short of the trapeze, though in his case, we can put the blame mainly on the lack of any substantial screen time, as he is relegated to a few minutes in the beginning of the modern story, when the statue in which the gem is encased Anyhow, even Robert England as Ray Beaumont falls a bit short of the trapeze, though in this case, we can put the blame mainly on the lack of any substantial screen time he is relegated to. Take 42. That's better. Anyhow, even Robert England as Ray Beaumont falls a bit short of the trapeze, though in this case we can put the blame mainly on the lack of any substantial screen time, as he is relegated to a few minutes in the beginning of the modern story, when the statue in which the gem is encased first arrives and then remains unseen for the majority of the film, until we see him again at a party being thrown at Beaumont's mansion. I would have liked to have seen more of him, since it was his purchase of the statue that brought about the chain of events which led to the Jinn's release. Part 2. Location. Another issue with this film is that it seems to jump all over the place. From a high school gym to a gemology lab to an acting classroom at another school, the main character seems to have so many jobs. It's a wonder that she goes to. It's from a high school gym to a gemology lab to an acting classroom at another school. The main character seems to have so many jobs and places she goes to. It's a wonder she has any time left at all to track down and destroy an evil Jinn. Add to that the various places that particular evil Jinn goes to in order to grant all those wishes, and you have a movie that feels more like an amateur single-city travelogue than a horror movie. There was almost nothing memorable about the places the Jinn or Alex goes to, except the Beaumont residence, which has an art collection which would rival the one at Ray. There is almost nothing memorable about the places the Jinn or Alex goes to, except the Beaumont residence, which has an art collection that would rival the one at Wayne Manor in most of the older Batman movies. Effects. This is where the movie has its strong point, with makeup effects by Imagine Animation as well as Howard Berger, who did the makeup effects for The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and visual effects by 2G Effects, Area 51, Cafe FX, not to mention Computer Cafe and Digital Magic Company. The movie is lifted from a B-rated disaster to a B-rated disaster with incredible effects. In closing, this movie is a great special effects extravaganza, but offers very little in as far as the story. What is a promising premise is lost in a script that is bogged down by a pair of additional plot lines which are supposed to be incentives for Alex, but do little to nothing to advance the main plot. We are shown a few scenes with Alex's sister and her wannabe boyfriend, but like Beaumont, we see so little of either that we don't really care about how they affect her. So I can say truly that the effects are more memorable than the characters, and the plot might have worked if it were fleshed out a little more. Wishmaster is good enough for a spot in the freak show, but not in the center ring. Remember this. In closing, though, I say, remember this. The next time you were thinking about how your life is a circus filled with all kinds of clowns, jugglers, acrobats, and other freaks, just remember, you are the ringmaster. Okay, now I don't know. Edit it.